Danny's one of those guys. That's why he's our international superstar, man. He's a rock star.
Danny, simply, he's the king of Mexico.
He's relentless. He's got the most drive in the world.
He's so aggressive, he's flashy, he's disrespectful.
Not only is he a really skillful player, but he's also one of the more popular players in Gears of War. He has a really big following, great YouTube, great social media.
Everybody loves this guy. He has a whole country behind him. He doesn't care.
He's oozing passion, and he's just probably one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met.
This guy is a guy that left his country to move to the United States and learn another language and communicate in another language and win a championship.
His English isn't too good, but he's a nice guy, means well, like would share anything that he had.
I think where he comes from kind of has to do with how his personality is. He's not a cocky player. He's very down to earth and overall just nice and humble.
I've never had him as a teammate, but he seems like he'd be an amazing teammate.
Against it, he hit the collect, he hit the collect. Beautiful play from him. Now all of a sudden the doors are open.
Every single tournament, we go out there and we give it our all.
The objective is to pretty much build a brotherhood. We're playing for the person on their left and the person on the right.
Being at the top, you have this feeling that you're always being watched, like everyone wants to take you down.
I'm on the game basically 24/7. It's just all dedication.
Right now, I'm just living the dream of playing Gears of War. I have no regrets, and I'm here to dominate.
I'm trying to achieve a goal and trying to prove people wrong.
It's about winning.
Let's go, man!
A bailar chilena con tu faldita colorada. Entrale a bailar chilena con tu faldita colorada. No te vayas a quedar corazón afuera de la.
Saw my brothers and everybody plays the guitar, and I was like, I don't want to touch the guitar. Like, I don't see me playing the guitar. Like, my dad come to me and tell me, you need to know at least something about the guitar, you know? I cannot be the only guy in the family that don't even know something about the guitar. And my brother was like, come on, Danny, you have to, like, let's go. That chapter of my life was already closed. I couldn't get back there. Like, nothing. I just needed to start from the beginning again.
Cuando Danny era pequeño, nuestra vida era buena. Estábamos felices, teníamos muchos amigos, mucha familia teníamos aquí y eran buenos tiempos, eran buenos tiempos. Era muy ocurrente, muy inteligente, muy creativo y aquí yo decimos muy físico, o sea, hacía cosas rudas, sí, atrevidas.
Eating as usual, because since you were a kid, you liked to eat a lot. He's always wanted to be first. He's always wanted to be great. You were trying to drive here. I remember that the psychologist of your school, one day she told your mother that you always told her that you were the oldest in your family.
The oldest?
Yeah, and that your brother was smaller than you were. Once he was taken to the dentist because he fell and he broke a tooth. And then the dentist wanted to put another tooth while he was growing up, and he didn't want to because he said that the people could say that he was older. Because if he had a tooth, then the people could say that he was a small one. So he wanted to be older, and he didn't let her put the tooth on him.
I said that.
Yes. And you didn't let the dentist to put the tooth because you wanted people to think that you were older.
Okay. That's a good memory.
Yes.
You know, from the beginning, like when you're a kid, I just started seeing that I didn't want to lose. I wanted to win. And then we lost everything.
Fue difícil porque empezamos desde cero. La economía era bastante mala.
After that, my dad got a job in Oaxaca, like in the capitals, for saying like that. So he's moved there, and we follow him, but we follow him months later because he needed to first, get a house, stuff like that, and then we move on with them.
Solo llevábamos las maletas y la ropa. Y mis hijos, no llevábamos nada más.
Living in Oaxaca, it was more like start from the beginning. I literally start like another life. It was weird to me in the beginning because here I used to have so many different stuff, like my video games, my stuff, like the stuff that I used to do, my friends. So when I got there, I feel like that chapter of my life was just pure fun. Like I just enjoy everything that I could do, but without technology.
Pero aún así, él dentro de todo decidió, porque él es muy decidido, muy determinado, él decidió pasársela bien.
When I got there, I started discovering that it wasn't like more people, that it was like a little more urban. So I kinda knew that it was different. It wasn't a whole different environment, but I was changing of states, so I was like, okay, this is a new place, I'm gonna make now new friends.
Jugaba mucho con unos niños y unos vecinos que siempre andaban descalzos y trepados en los árboles, y nosotros no estábamos acostumbrados a ese tipo de vida.
We used to just go without shoes, playing around in the streets.
Sí, nunca habíamos estado así, entonces yo siempre estaba muy estresada por él, y si antes lo cuidaba mucho, lo quería cuidar el doble, porque me daba miedo que le pasara algo.
Sometimes too, animals used to be there too, chickens, pigs, cows, horses. So you kind of sometimes run and didn't even know that an animal pooped there. So you just go in there running, and then happens, and you were like, who cares? Keep playing. I remember one day I went to my home and my mom was there waiting for me, and she was like, what you been doing? I'm like, I just been playing, mom. We didn't even care, like we were just being young.
Eso era terrible para mí. Verlo con los pies llenos de tierra y mugre era realmente espantoso para mí. Entonces yo siempre le decía que iba a traer ahí cosas horribles en los pies, entonces apenas llegaba y yo ya lo estaba metiendo al baño. Directo, ¿verdad? Para que casi que le tallaba las uñas y todo, ¿verdad? Y a él le gustaba mucho, Él experimentó una vida que la verdad es que aquí nunca la hubiera vivido. O sea, nunca hubiera tenido esa vida y ese tipo de juegos, ¿verdad? De actividades que hacen otros niños, como andar descalzo, como treparse a un árbol, ¿sí? Nunca la hubiera vivido aquí.
It was maybe 2 years or 3 years that I lived there, and I realized how different lifestyle changed, like for any state. Like if you go here to another place, you will see like the difference, because that's how it is. But out there, to me it was mind-blowing because sometimes I used to see people just don't caring, like they were in their streets not caring, like yelling, people just getting mad, like it was a mess, but it was my life, like I couldn't do nothing about it, so I was just going on, like I needed to keep going on because I won't cry, you know, I won't stop there and just like, oh, my life, so sad, I'm gonna cry. No, I was enjoying myself, to be honest.
Sí, entonces él vivió muchas cosas buenas allá que creo que le han servido mucho hasta el día de hoy. Sí, y lo hacen eso diferente.
I liked that place because I knew friends that I didn't have in Tampico, and the stuff that I did, like I was like climbing trees, and I enjoy it, like for real. I really enjoy doing all that because I feel like that is a part of me.
Él empezó a jugar videojuegos cuando tenía como 10 años en Oaxaca.
I discovered a place that it was like a video games machine. At that time, it wasn't a gaming cafe. It was more like a machine place. Just go there, you know, you put one coin and you start playing with the buttons. So I just was there smashing buttons. Like I used to play Bomberman at that moment. I used to play before more games, but at that moment in that city, I used to play Bomberman. I used to just try to win the same thing.
At the beginning, I didn't understand it because we were not used to a kid playing games so hard.
I used to go to the gaming cafe, tell the guy that I will pay him later. And I used to tell him that because I knew the next day my father will give me 20 pesos. So I knew that with that 20 pesos, I will save my lunch and I will use that money actually for playing video games. Like that's how much I like it. That's how much I love playing. Like sometimes I prefer just to not eat, like not have lunch, just drink maybe or eat a cookie at my home and just get like that. And then at the end of the school, just go there and start playing video games.
Since he was a kid, he has been competitive, he has been diligent, he never gives up, he always tries to do his best, and when he fails, he rises again.
I start seeing like how my dad is struggling, so sometimes, you know, like the food's like wasn't enough, so sometimes they didn't used to eat, or I remember still my mom was getting a little, my mom was losing weight. I wanted to help. Oh, I smashed myself with a guitar. The family band, yeah. I used to be the part, not part, but I used to be with them because it wasn't a group in that moment, but they told me that I could play with them if I knew certain notes. So that's why too I started learning and I started just getting good at it. But I didn't knew that I was getting good, you know, like I was just playing the guitar and one day I realized that I was getting better. So that's when I started playing with them. And then it got open the opportunity to go to another places with them. Sometimes we used to play for money, and another time too was that in Mexico that they used to contract us, and we used to go. The governor of Guerrero, he was the guy that contracted us, and we just went. It was crazy. It was all crazy. I remember because when I get there, it was like so big. The house was so big, like horses, so damn beautiful. Like I used to see it, and I was like I don't even know how this looks like a fairy tale. They look so beautiful, and then they start eating, and after that we start playing the guitar. So this guy was the governor of that city, but my city it was another governor, and this guy told to us, look, to show you that we love you more than your governor, he gave me like a check, but like with money, and I was like, thank you, thank you, and I see it. And I didn't know what it was inside, but I touched it and I know it was money. So I was like, okay, so they pay me for this, but this is a lot. Like this a lot. It looked like they didn't care for the money. So I kind of take the money, I save it, and that's when I start investing too in stuff like give me the money for my first Xbox.
Y bueno, yo decía que era un vicio, sí, el que estuviera ahí jugando. Y cada vez yo veía que era más tiempo. Y yo empecé a preocuparme. Yo empecé a preocuparme porque yo decía, bueno, ¿esto a dónde lo va a llevar? como él dice, nosotros realmente pues no lo entendíamos, pensábamos que solamente era un juego.
We're in Oaxaca, and I'm telling you, I used to play Halo back then. It was a tournament, and I was in finals versus the guy. And this guy, I'm beating him up so bad. Everybody's like, damn, this guy is good. And I'm having so much fun beating him up because he's supposed to be the best guy in that local.
Entonces, ay, ¿dónde se fue? No me pedía permiso porque pues seguramente él sabía que no le iba a dar, ¿verdad? Iba a algunos lugares donde había, decimos nosotros, maquinitas, ¿sí? Y había torneos chiquititos, ¿sí? Y ya de repente yo veía que en el Face subían las fotos y ahí estaba mi enano y un montón de grandotes y él chiquito ahí jugando, ¿sí?
This guy starts saying, oh, this guy is camping, like that. And I'd be like, what? And he started looking at the screen and then, oh yeah, he's camping. But I wasn't camping, like I was going to kill him. And these guys, like, they start telling that I cheated and they just give me the second place. And this guy got the first place and I got the most kills and everything. And that day I remember still because it was so sad for me because I was about to get money of that. So when that happened, I was like there's no way, like, you know, like that can happen, like how bad. And I think in myself, like, this maybe is not for me, like for real. Then I discovered Gears. I was playing Gears since morning till midnight, like all days. I was playing GBs, grinding GBs. And the way I discovered it because I was playing 1v1s. And I discovered a friend that it was Hobbit, and he teach me like all the ways how to play, how should do this. In the beginning, I didn't have internet, so I just went to privates and started wildbossing versus bots. Because in my head, I'd be like, this will like got me better. Like if I start practicing and start doing like nerdy movements, this will help me with my actual gameplay.
Estaba pequeño, era pequeño, y él siempre lo ha dicho, era como un refugio también para él, porque la situación no mejoraba. Sí, entonces él de alguna manera se escapaba de eso ahí, se protegía ahí. Sí, ahí él pues era alguien, podía hacer cosas, o sea, diferente, ¿no? A como él se veía a lo mejor.
That's how it was. I just started playing GBs. I used to see Deso in GBs too. I used to play versus Deso. I used to play versus Choche. I used to play versus Involving. I used to play versus Explosive. I used to play versus Summons. I used to play versus Lava. Like a lot of people that are here in the game, I used to play versus all of them. And I don't know if they knew me, but I was having mad fun. Like I didn't want it to lose.
I know that this is what he likes and he's doing the best and he wants to continue on this and he wants to continue growing, and I'm sure he will get it.
And that is the thing, like you need to have passion for this, like you need to do this for something. So when I get there and I was playing, I realized too that you could have teammates, like people were good too. Like you could have, there's people that know the game better than others because the way how they play it. So I started playing with Involving and I realized that he knew how to play the game. He was like kinda my leader. Like for real, I'm telling you that right now, like everything that I got, I owe him, Involving. Like 100%. We start playing GBs, we start playing tops, we start playing in teams, we start playing scrims too, because in that moment it was 4v4. So I was with another two, it was Sirius and Fatality. We knew that an event in Mexico will be soon. We were like, yo, we need to go, we need to win this. And we start practice, everything. But the other thing, I didn't have money to get the flight. So I started talking with her and she was like,
no. No, no y no. Fueron mis respuestas. Me daba temor porque pues él no es el más grande, él es el de en medio y pues siempre fue muy osado de que era pequeño, entonces yo tenía temor. Nunca había viajado solo en avión, iba a ir al aeropuerto de México, no conocía el aeropuerto de México, es enorme, es un poco despistado como yo, entonces yo decía, se va a perder, se va a subir a otro avión, y yo pensaba 800 cosas en mi cabeza, ¿verdad? Porque
it was so frustrated to me to that part because, first of all, when I was in that team, I wanted to go, but I knew that I probably won't make it because they are telling me that no. But I didn't tell them because if I tell them, they will drop me on the team. But in myself, I'm like, I want to play, like I want to play, and I start telling my dads every day, yo, this, my aunt, I still tell her, I will pay you, like I swear I will pay you.
Entonces, pues le dijo su papá, porque convenció a su papá. Y su papá le dijo, al fin hombre, ¿verdad? Y le dijo, bueno, sí, hijo, ve, pero no tenemos dinero para que tú te vayas. Entonces, pues la tía Lili, que está aquí, ¿verdad? La tía Lili le dijo, bueno, yo te presto, y aprovechó, fue Dios, ¿verdad? En ese momento mi mamá también estaba en México. Entonces, súper condicionado se fue. O sea, porque primero él mismo le dijo a su tía que él iba a ganar y que cuando regresara él le iba a dar lo que ella le había dado. Sí, o sea, él con esa seguridad se lo manejó a su tía. Y bueno, ya mi mamá, pues ya sabía yo, ya le decía, mamá, vete con él, vete más temprano, llega más de ahí, párate y estate hasta que salga, casi que...
So I went with him and we stayed there over there. There were about 3 or 4 days he was in Mexico. Every day driving him to the place they used to play and then coming back again. And
This was my first tournament.
those were their first tournaments in Mexico, and I was the one who went and came with him. And then picking him up at 12 o'clock at night and waiting for him outside in the car, you know, until very late.
When I finished, she used to pick me
And
up.
he really, but I never thought this could get so far. Really. He was gaining about 2,000 or 3,000 pesos only, but it was not the money that he wanted. He wanted success and he wanted to do what he really liked. That's when I realized that this was very, very important for him.
De hecho, cuando regresó del torneo, pues sí llegó y le pagó a su tía. Ajá, sí, él sí cumplió. Realmente no pensé que pudiese tener, no porque él no tuviera habilidades, sino yo no sabía que este mundo tenía tantas cosas y que había tantas cosas en este tipo de juegos. O sea, no tenía ni idea. Fue algo asombroso para mí.
RNK, my first team, that it was RNK, Restriction K, it was Choche, Deswin, Bobin, and me. And that's the first team, the first Latin American team that was being dominating in the scene. Like nobody could beat us, like never. And after that, we take a break. After Gears 3, we took a break. When Gears 4 came out, we realized that it will be another events and we will be stuff like that and sponsors and we didn't knew nothing about that, so we were lost, like so fully lost. We were so disconnected of esports, like actually disconnected every sports. We didn't knew how was the process for saying like that.
Antes de cumplir 18 años, de hecho no nos dijo nada, ya una asociación ya le había mandado un mail y ya tenía un contrato, pero no lo podía firmar porque no tenía 18 años.
Splice come to us, put in contact with us, and we were like, yo, Splice, and everybody was like, what, Splice? And yeah, Splice. Splice wanna like be with us, and we were like, what? And they were like, and yeah, and they would pay us salary, and we were like, what? Salary? Like, they gonna pay us for playing video games, like for real? And they were like, yeah. And we were like, what? And then they told us, and a controller too. And we were like, a controller too? We were in shock.
Pues ahí nos preocupamos más todavía. O sea, él un día, una noche, cumpliendo 18 años, nos sentó y nos dijo, mamá, papá, tengo esto, ya lo tengo desde hace como 20 y tantos días que me llegó. Allá están esperando que yo cumpla 18 años. Yo lo quiero firmar. O sea, este es mi sueño, esto es lo que yo quiero, mira, esto es otro mundo. Ustedes no se imaginan lo que es. Y sí, yo le decía, ¿cómo vas a firmar algo? ¿Con quién? Le decía yo, o sea, yo no conozco a la gente que te está pidiendo que firmes. Y fue difícil, pero finalmente, pues él ya tenía 18 años, él quería hacerlo. Y mi esposo y yo convenimos en que era mejor que él dijera, bueno, ya fui y ya vi, por ustedes no fui. Sí, entonces...
We're like a family, our team. You have to interact with each other, be around even doing dumb stuff. You just have to be with each other and trust each other a lot. Our team is like a brotherhood.
First things first, Splice Gaming look hot. Identives with the double, and now I think that was a triple coming in. Chaos finds himself the double, and ladies and gentlemen, Spice has done it. They come in with the last second cap.
Things were going well with our team. And then he betrayed us.
When Ghost gave me the offer, I thought it was for the whole team. So I was so excited, I was so happy, but then I realized that it was just me. And that's when I started, and I literally started to think like all that stuff that was happening. Like I needed to think about what I will do if this is true, because to me, seeing all that stuff that was coming there, like it was just mind-blowing. Even that I used to travel to all these places in season 1, this was something different. Was something about going to a different place to live. But it sounds good. It sounds good. I needed to tell somebody if I will do it.
When he leaving, he called me and he told me like the offer from Ghost. He told me like, oh, there's like they wanna bring me to USA. He was like, I don't know, like he the first time he doesn't want to go because he has his family in Tampico and everything there.
When I told my family that I was moving to California, they couldn't believe it. Like they were like, oh, they're gonna kidnap you. Oh, this cannot be happening. You need to study. What are you gonna do? You need to study. I'm like, no, I need to look. And I was showing them like, no, and they were like, this could be false.
Cuando él nos dijo que se iba, de principio pues no lo podíamos creer. O sea, fue realmente una sorpresa. Aunque cuando él jugaba con el equipo mexicano, yo le decía, es que cuando te vean allá, como yo he visto que todos tus fans dicen que eres tan bueno, te va a llevar a algún equipo. Le decía, te va a llevar a algún equipo. Le digo, a lo mejor te vas a ir a Europa. Y yo lo vacilaba, o sea, yo vacilaba con él sobre eso porque no entendía yo la magnitud de eso.
I think he was in shock because he told me like he don't want the offer.
But I told this and I told him, and he was like, no, you need to take the opportunity. Like, if you're in the opportunity, you need to take it. Like, I will do it too. And I'd be like, yeah, I know you will do it. Like, because that's how you should be doing in esports.
And then that passed like 2 days or 3, and he told me that he will go.
Pues me dio mucho gusto por él, porque era algo que él quería hacer, era algo que él quería ir. Y te digo, desde pequeñito él siempre ha querido ir más allá, aunque ha sido más pequeño.
Then he was only 18 years old when he moved to California, so it was hard for the family to see him go, because you don't know what kind of life, because it's very different, the way of living here in Mexico, than the way people live in the United States. I didn't like the idea. I cried by myself a lot. And if my daughter was worried, I was also worried, maybe not as much as she was, but I was worried because we wouldn't use him to be out of our house.
It was sad when I left them. I was sad too because I didn't have who talk. Like, it was like so different. Everything was so crazy to me, but at the same time, I knew it was the right choice, because that is the thing. When I've been living my life, sometimes when I have to do this kind of choice, I just be having like something like you just feel. It's just like, you know that is the right decision, but not by yourself. You just feel it nice. Like it should be the best that you take it. That's how I did it. And I told them, they were crazy. They didn't want to let me go first. They were praying for me that nothing happens to me. But at the end of the day, they were like, it will be the best for you too. Like they know, like obviously they hear I'm their son and I'm there, my parents. Like I love watching them all, but at the end of the day, like I needed to keep growing my career. When I get to the airport, I saw that it was a different whole city. Like it was a different world. Like you could see it. Like you're walking and you can see the streets. You can see this. Like it's so different. Then I get to the Uber. First of all, it was like 1 hour of ride. So I was watching the whole city. I was watching and I was like, yo, this is so beautiful. Like, I'd never see California. It was the first time that I saw California. So I was like, so nice. And it was Los Angeles, so I like it. It was people there having fun, laughing. It was a nice city. So I kinda were seeing where he get, and I start seeing the houses. And I start seeing the houses, I start seeing that they're big houses, like actually big house. And then I start seeing that he's like going to a mountain to the top. And I start seeing the houses on top, and they look so amazing. And I've been like, there's no way we're going there. There's no way. And then I went to the house. When I went to the house, my first like step out of the car, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is this? Like, what is happening? What is actually happening? I knew there was a lot of rooms because I couldn't see them from the outside, but I didn't know it was a pool. I didn't know it was a gym. I didn't know we will have actually another pool, like actually pools to play pool, or actually, this is the most crazy thing. When I got there, I just go to the kitchen and I see somebody there, and I've been like, who player you are, right? He's like, I'm not the player, I'm the chef. I'm like, the chef? Yeah, I'm cooking your dinner meal on this. I'd be like, what?
He sent us pictures and videos and everything. And wow, it was exciting. It's another world. You know, it's completely different.
Everybody, my team is waiting for me there. Rips, Speedy, Rushes, Rob, Yadi, everybody's there. I just hugged them and we just started playing and started grinding there. It was so fun. Everything changed and I was like, I miss my teammates, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to stop thinking that I'm playing with them because that's not my team anymore. So I put that mentality on my head because that's how you have to do it. I mean, you're with another team, you cannot be regretting about something. You need to keep pushing yourself because you are there, you're in a good position, you need to do it. So I started learning English because I knew English, but I didn't know it fully.
Bringing Danny into Ghost at the beginning was extremely rough because we would scrim, right? And we would practice against other teams and he would mess up the call outs all the time.
Sometimes it was so frustrating to me too when I was playing because sometimes I wanted to, swear to God, I wanted to do something else, but I just couldn't do it because my words sometimes just didn't react. Like my mouth didn't react at the same time that I was playing.
As simple as a call out as boom, he'll call boomer. You know, like instead of saying B, he would say E, you know, because it's just like little subtle things like that.
Sometimes I knew that they didn't even want to play with me because of the stuff that I used to do, because sometimes with the stuff that I did playing, like I knew I needed to be better, but I couldn't do it sometimes with the language barrier, talking, people were telling me you need to be more directive, and I'm like, yeah, I need to be more directive, but sometimes we couldn't even talk.
You know, I would tease him and joke around here and there, you know, like when he said something wrong, but all in good fun for him to learn. So, you know, I would tell him, yo, look up these words. I need you to say these. I want you to start listening to some music, some rap music. I want you to learn these words, look at the lyrics, like, so he could better his English. And eventually he even started taking classes. So, you know, he would learn day by day. So it was a little funk at the beginning, but then we got through it.
Ghost Gaming, go against Ronin.
Now, what about the fans that want you to stay over there with the Ronin squad? How do you feel about those guys?
When I left the Splice, people used to come to me and tell me like, you betray Mexico, you betray our country. I was like, damn, like, I didn't expect this to happen. Like, I swear, I never expect people to come here and tell me stuff like that, but actually people come to my message and grab me like, yo, you're this, and this, and just people used to grab me Bibles.
Now, Chaos says it's gonna be easy to kill you. It's gonna be easy to take out Ghosts. How you feel about that?
You guys are nothing without me.
All right.
The first message that I got from people telling me that, I was getting annoyed because I was like, you don't know what I'm here, you don't know my reason why I'm literally here, standing here, like doing this, but like I'm not the guy that usually respond to people like that. I just let it like that, let it pass. So in myself, like in my mind, that feeling start getting to my head too, and people start tweeting about, but then it's just something that you need to pass. Like in that moment, it was nothing that you have to regret about it. And I was just literally saying to God, thanks for this opportunity and for everybody to give me this opportunity. I was just play gears trying to win the championship.
He needs to get Dennis. He survives the boom shot. He goes down, and Ghost Gaming wins Vegas.
When we beat them, and I swear to God, I take out my earphones. I couldn't believe that this was happening. The confetti and all that stuff. I was like, there's no way this is happening. Like, and then everybody started hugging.
During the Vegas event, you know, when we won it all and the confetti was falling on us and everyone's excited, I remember, like, I just looked at Danny and I'm like, yo, bro, we did it. And I just grabbed him and I gave him a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, he kissed me in the cheek. I was like, this is happening. Like, I was so happy, like so happy. I was so happy seeing my teammates happy, like actually like excited. Like,
you know, it was nothing, you know, it's just brother love. Like we accomplished something so great, and it took me years to accomplish this, you know, and I did it with someone that I really love as a brother.
Daddy's my brother. Daddy's literally my brother. Like, somebody talked to you and told me about him, I told him I love that guy, because that guy, I swear, best teammate I could ever have in my life. Like, facts. After all that day, after all that championship, because we went to dinner with Ghost, they made us a nice dinner, for real. Shout out Matt, because he was the best. He paid for us, and he gave us like in a room, and we were eating like steak. It was nice, like so nice. It was like in a part of Vegas. I don't know where it was, but it was so nice. But in the bottom of my heart, to be honest, like being truly honest, like everybody knew, not even me, everybody knew that it was a championship. Yes, but what is the thing? We wanted to beat Optic. Like, we didn't feel good without beating Optic. People think that we were so good, like, we win because we didn't win Optic. We were like so calm with ourselves, but no, like, we for real wanted to beat them. Obviously, we won, and we were so happy of it. We were patient about it, but at the same time, the next event to us, was beating Optic. Like, we are beating Optic. We need to. That's our next step. And that's when Optic changed, made our roster change. And a lot of stuff happened out there, to be honest.
A 2-0 victory over Ghost Gaming.
Ghost yesterday, but we can keep beating the dead horse. They were terrible.
And now Dennis, the last man standing.
I don't think he's gonna be able to get it. All players from Ghost go down. Dennis isn't close enough.
The thing with the old Ghost in North America, it was like everybody could see it. Like, we were like good, but we were sometimes not as good as we look sometimes. And this is why. Inconsistency. And yeah, everybody used to say that. Even the captain of our team, even the IGL of our team. And he's right. But the thing is, you're talking about inconsistency, but at the same time, you're not doing nothing about it. I know it's not that they're wrong. It's just more like, it was a game team. It was just like, we weren't playing the game right. So at the end of the day, when that happened, after the Columbus event, we lost versus Rise. Everything started getting just to hell. When I was holding the trophy in Vegas after we win the championship, I was kind of like thinking about the betray to my team and all that stuff, and they are right. Like, obviously, how I feel if the captain, they just left like that. Like, obviously they are right, but to myself, when I was there holding it, I was just thinking about my whole life, how I make it, to be honest. Like, in that moment, it was like little flashbacks that I was getting when I get like to the low to the highest. Like, I was literally, was like a dream. We're going right now to the house where I grew when I was a kid. I have a lot of memories there. I have lot of flashback when I was a kid, and I'm just so excited because I just discovered that it's a gaming cafe, and to me it's just amazing knowing that all my childhood I passed it, at least when I was here in Topeka, I passed it, where now is a gaming cafe. It's just kind of crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Before I went to Oaxaca, this was my home. This is when I spent my whole childhood. I'm pretty sure I lived here like at least for 6 years, and then it's when I have to move to Oaxaca.
Look, these pictures. Remember this Christmas?
Yeah, I remember.
How happy we were when you were little boys, little kids, all the family united.
¿Qué te parece la atención de
¿Dónde tú quieres?
Gracias, muchísimas gracias. Servicio de 5 estrellas.
In that time, we had a lot of fun times together. Look, with your brother, with your aunt.
We're everybody there. Even my aunt, she was there too. Yeah.
Look, Mario, he loved you very much.
como cerdito?
Por tanto chicharrón de cachete.
Pero ya voy a empezar al gimnasio de regreso.
Siempre dice eso.
We used to be here. I mean, everybody used to be here. We used to come in here, hang out. Every family, every member family used to come here, hang out and be with the family. We used to just tell jokes to everybody. We used to have pastimes. Parties used to be here. Christmas. Every day that you can imagine, it used to be in this house, in the part of the back, actually on this one.
Look, playing with your little brother.
Actually, right now in the room of my grandmother. It used to be the grandmother from, I mean, they didn't have construct that, but now it's a window, so it's like kind of stuff like that that I realized that it wasn't there. Now it's there. I feel like a deja vu. Flashbacks. Like when I was a kid and I was living in Topeka, it's like I remember when I was a kid and I used to play in all these places here in this hall. This wasn't like where in the stairs here was just a hole, and here was the door, and then in the back it was another house, and that's why I used to. It's my whole house. That's all.
He continues being humble, kind, loving. He's a very, very good son, a very, very good friend, a very, very good brother, and an excellent grandchild. And he knows I love them dearly.
I love you too. And you know how, like, without you, we wouldn't even be here, so that's, you know, I'm proud of you, like, a lot too, and I respect you so much.
I know.
I love you
I
too.
did what I had to do. God helped me. And now you're here, you're happy, you're growing very fast, you're getting excellent, excellent results. You're a champion. Remember, I have always told you, you are my champion. And you find #1 and you know it. And although I don't understand the game, I always follow it. And your brother is always telling me what's next, what is happening. And sometimes when I see something is difficult, I don't want to watch, and I go close my eyes, and then I go running again to watch again, and I ask and I shout, and you always wanted to be the winner, and you are, and you will continue being the winner for a long, long time, okay? And I'm going to see it, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to be very, very proud of you. Well, I am very proud of you right now, but more than that, okay? I love you.
I love you too.
I love you very much, my dear boy.
Kev, Speedy, and Rushes, they were to the best, but I was just speaking with the truth. I just told them, like, this is not working. And I tell them that I want to go back to home. Like, I don't want to be here. Then goes, give me an offer. It's literally, they told me they take Latin American team or we will gone. So I went there and I told them, like, I will get the Latin American team.
When he came back, we feel so happy, excited.
We've been struggling for a while. We maybe had one good event like in a year or something. When he came back, it was sort of breathing easier, and it was great when he came back. We knew we were gonna start playing better.
And he brought with him like all the things like he learned with that team, he bring to us, and that make feel us like super important. We know with him in the team, we will be a top team because we know like what Danny does for us.
We knew we were gonna be a contending team, and we did that.
No nos dijo que era definitivo, simplemente nos dijo que venía como lo hacía, en vacaciones. Y de las cosas yo soy muy perceptiva, soy muy visual y entonces, sino que cuando lo fuimos a recoger, yo vi, siempre cargaba con una backpack chiquita, ¿no? En el hombro, sino que ese día traía un maletón de este tamaño y le digo, oye, ¿qué me traes toda la ropa sucia para que yo te la lave? ¿O qué? Le decía yo. Y entonces fue que me dijo, ya nos dijo, vengan, y ya nos subió y me dijo, ma, es que ya me voy a regresar. Yo la verdad estaba muy contenta. Dani.
¿Qué onda?
Ay, qué gusto verte.
Hola,
¿Cómo estás, mi amor?
Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy. I also cried. Although I say I don't like to cry and I try to be hard, I also cried, but now I cried for happiness. With happiness because I knew he was coming back. I see him 3, 4, 5 times a week. So for me, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to have my grandchildren around me, you know.
Me acaba de pasar ahorita que me subí al carro y Pero les gusta, es nueva.
From the outside looking in, if I didn't have like any insight on the two situations, I would think, like, what an asshole.
I think everyone understands the situation.
I respect it because he did what's best for him, and he did like what he had to do, basically.
He did it to better himself, but he didn't do it without the approval of his teammates in Mexico. And I think that to me is the definition of brotherhood.
We're still friends to this day. We still call each other here and there. But, Danny, tú sabes que yo te amo mucho. Pero no te olvides quién fue tu capitán. Don't forget who your captain was. He's on a different team. He's the team captain of Ghost. I'm on Team Reciprocity. And it's like that fire that steers in me that even though he's my brother, I still want to beat him up. Like, it's just a competitive drive within my head that it will never disappear.
I'm sure he's very happy to be back home.
I've been seeing people lose everything in my life, like not friends, family. The thing in Oaxaca, I think we needed that because we didn't have things, a lot of things. We didn't have money or like stuff. We start knowing how much, like we start actually appreciating the stuff that we have because there's people that just don't have stuff. Like there's people that actually don't even have to eat today. We're a family, but we weren't like we are now. We didn't have things, but we have each other.
The shift between being like one of the young guns to becoming a veteran is something that like I didn't really think about, just kind of happened. As soon as the game comes out, I'm gonna work my ass off like I always do. And I'm gonna play the game harder than anyone else plays the game. I'm gonna figure out the way the game's gonna play.
We're here in Atlanta to play a tournament of Gears 5.
The thing with life is that there's always new experiences and there's new opportunities, and that's what Gears of War 5 brings.
To be honest, I feel like we're gonna win this tournament, like actually win it.
You know, once the game comes out, I'm not leaving my house at all. Like I'm gonna be zoned in, you know, just ready to learn anything I can.
I feel like everything can happen.
Any team can win.
We're waiting for Gears 5, and this is why we're here, right?